things up.
Eighth and 9th will be a battle to look out for, I think, quite early on for your stream. That's between a McLaren and a Mercedes, of, in this lobby at least, ART Wooly and Race Asylum Hansa. There's only 2.1 seconds between them at the moment, so that could get very spicy going into Stint 5.
Okay.
Making his way through the cutting, our race leader on the uphill. I'd imagine a very tricky section for the Nissan GTR is that uphill, because it's quite difficult to put the power down in it anyway. So that uphill not helping. Nevertheless, very good job by them. Relatively consistent 205s the last couple of times on those mediums. Going into the S's. And the Falcon Tyres Forest Elbow. Hazard lights on once again. That seems to be a recurring thing on the straight, so I'm assuming that they're communicating via Discord on the straights. Of course, they are the league manager, so many responsibilities, many hats.
Okay, we already see some guys on track. That's not the thing.
Fantastic.
We were okay.
Just about to wrap up part 4 as our race leader is making their way into the pit lane. They're not stopped just yet, but they've just entered the pits. So expect the first car on circuit for Stint 5 very shortly.
Right. Yeah. Let's just erase that.
And stopped. There should go the Race Asylum Nissan.
Yeah, there we go. We are off.
You'll have to wait another lap, unfortunately, for Lecce and Lexus to catch up and make their way through. They're just on the mountain straight through Griffin's Bend now on lap 58 or 59.
Okay, we can see the first lap of Jacko Racer with the Nissan. Guys doing a great job. Very dominant as well today.
That's the thing, got to be consistent.
And it's a very strong team as well.
In part 4 at least, the pace has been a little bit lacking in that sense though, because our fastest lap has been a 2:09.69. So not quite breaking the 2-minute barrier. Still decently quick though. That was a Lecce in that Lexus in second place, which is making its way down the Conrad Straight. So you'll have a second car to watch relatively shortly.
Okay.
Change to P8 we're hearing, as indeed Hansa has managed to get past ART Wooly, so that position has changed around. Lecce into the pits and coming to a stop. Not yet.
Okay.
Hold the tension and stopped.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out what is happening here, but I didn't. Yeah, I didn't
Well,
had my hoods on, so I didn't see what was happening. I thought he had damage, so I was like, "Oh, what the?" Okay, 1 and 2 are out.
you'll have a third joining you shortly. Welsh Grey in the Aston Martin into the pits and is stopped. Next will be the BMW of CLR Speedy.
Okay.
Looks like they're out of fuel almost.
Yeah, 3 minutes behind the leader.
Speedy has stopped.
Okay.
It'll be a little more time before fifth place comes into the pits. They're currently on lap 57.
Okay. He's getting rid of his penalty now.
Oh, Randy Moore's actually just crashed. So that's fifth place has crashed. They've picked up damage. Front aero, both front suspension. That was at the Forest Elbow.
That's my
And they've still
teammate.
got one more lap to do before they can get to the pits with the switchover.
Ow, ow, ow. Hello, Pony Boy. What's up, mate? And everyone else in the stream, good evening and welcome to this special event of the fundraiser for the earthquakes in Syria and Turkey. And in the link below you will or you can find something to donate. Anything helps. Yeah, it's something that we can't imagine how the state of the people are, how it is to live like that. It's absurd. Yeah. Yeah, sure. So Gecko Race is still in first. Yeah.
It would seem that Randy Moore's picked up some more damage. They now have rear aero and rear left suspension, so may have looped it around somewhere.
Yeah, pushed a little bit too much. Yeah, I think there was someone too late. He didn't enter on time, and one guy doesn't have the setup up, so too bad. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, sure. It is a charity event, so everything has to be friendly and donable. Ready to race on second position here. 2 minutes 05 behind the leader and 44 seconds in front of Bad Omen. I'm going to go through the order quickly. Then Bad Omen has 35 seconds advantage on Jupe.
You're about to have a fifth car in the mix. Randy Moore has made it to the pits.
Okay, that will be Lucas. pony boy. Yeah, man, that's when you want to make a career. You have to work hard.
And Randy Moore has stopped. He should have a Porsche leaving the pits.
Yeah, changing tires as we speak. Here we go. Lucas is out. Come on, GTSV.
What happened to HM Motorsport Instant 4? I am not sure which car that is, unfortunately. We've not had liveries this whole time. I hope... Are you guys having liveries, at least, in your lobby? Oh, fantastic. Normal service will have resumed.
Lucas. Could be.
Ah, was that what that car was?
Yep. And did a smart move, changing his mediums. He can go flat out with the soft ones. Yeah. Ready to race, opening up with a 204.2 on the mediums. Good lap. One bad omen already has damage. Can we have that in replay? Or are we too late? No, we already had it. Front arrow and wheel suspension. Doing a 206. Yeah. P4 is on lap 4 and Lucas Maas is on P5 and is on lap 2. So he will try to unlap himself. Putting the pressure on Jipe. Definitely not. Yeah, let him go. Stick behind him. Try to short shift. Save some fuel behind him. Maybe learn something from him.
Sixth car about to enter the mix.
Yeah. No point of burning your tires.
And the BMW of Tiju has stopped.
Yep. Yep. No tire change. That's going to be interesting. Ooh, and a penalty, 1 second. Must have entered the pit wrong. Here comes our race leader right behind them.
You say they didn't change tyres. That would be especially interesting because they've been sat in the pits, so they will have had a lot of time to get quite cold, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
so
very cold.
Slippery at the start.
Yeah. Yeah. I personally think this is not the track to play with it. Nope, definitely not.
GMAC and Hans are both in the pits, separated by 2.5 seconds. That's 7th and 8th place. So that's going to be a very close one for you guys to monitor in Lobby 5. Thomas Batty also in the pits. So that's another one. There's 12 seconds back from Hansa.
Stormfire filling up, exiting. Oh, and he has damage already. Stormfly has front damage and back damage. Oh, but why did he fuel up and didn't repair?
10th and 11th also in the pits. 10th has just stopped.
Chevrolet's out
too.
with the Porsche. And here we go. DC team Bisonte is out as well. The back we see ready to race on P2.
Something just happened here.
Yeah,
it would seem that
Rasmussen
and Walter entered the pits 1 lap too early. They came in on lap 57, where everyone else came in on lap 58. So they've essentially gained a lap. Now I don't know if that's actually a thing in the rules, whether you're allowed to do that and gain a lap. Then the stewards are going to have to look into that one, I'm afraid.
P3.
It's the McLaren. It's
Oh, here we see a little incident between P2 and P3. Ready to race, trying to overtake Bisonte. And Bisonte not really having it. You got a blue flag. Yeah, intent. You have to let him go, dude. It's a blue flag. Yeah. He's still in his outlap, so... Oof.
Okay, that pretty much concludes part 4 of the live stream. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in, and wish you guys on the commentary team all the best for Stint 5. Everyone in chat, be sure to switch over if you haven't already. And this has been Zokio signing out.
Yeah, thanks for streaming, man. Yep. Let's take it. Nope. And Keko is doing 202s. Barolin is losing a little bit of time, but he's on the mediums, 04s and 03s. Chipke is 1 minute 20 behind. I'm gonna call him. Yeah, in Lucas' hands, yeah. Lucas is pretty fast. Darn. And we saw Bad Omen already taking a pit. He fixed his car. And he is ready to start his stint now. Yeah. Okay. And it's demanding track, so one mistake. Yeah. Yeah. Hey buddy, can you share your voice? Because they're not hearing you in the stream. if it's better. Do you hear him now, guys? Okay. Yeah, maybe your voice isn't shared. Nope, they can't hear you, so maybe your voice isn't shared. Okay, back to racing. We got Gecko Race 1-1 with a 2:01.9 now, fastest lap of the race in distance. Yeah, Gilbert, that's me. I'm just losing my mind and talking to myself. Didn't know the voice in my head was English, so. Do you guys hear him now? Okay. Then Chupe on 3, and 4 seconds behind Chupe we had Bad Omen, fixed his car and is doing 2:05s now. Then Lucas Maas on 5th position with a 2:02.4, 7 minutes 37 seconds behind the leader, and he is a lap down of Bad Omen, or 2 laps to be exactly. So that is going to be a race. Yeah, let me check if I can do something on your voice, because you're still not in there. Let me see if I can do something. Maybe it's up to me. There's nothing I can do, so. If you're sure that your voice is shared, then I don't know. Well, in my last stream I didn't have any sound, so it's probably not us. So Bad Omen was closing in. Nope, he's losing time now on Jupe. Then there was a battle coming for 8 and 7. Charbala catching up on GP. Yeah, I hear it. Yeah, maybe it's too loud, yeah. Oh, and there was an incident. Let's get that back on replay. Charbala spun out trying to overtake Jupe. I have no idea what's happening with the audio, so. Oh, too bad, too bad. And he has front end damage. And he lost a lot of time now, because he was trying to overtake GP, and Stormfly overtook him now. That RSR is a handful. Oh. Yeah, it sounds like it. Ja, het enige wat ik hoor is geschreeuw hier langs de andere kant, dus bro. I don't know, Kilbear. Jabba fix this car now, and he can rejoin his race. Let's take it from the back. Yeah, Chatzer. He is way back with the Ferrari.
I've solved the problem.
Did you?
I've solved the problem. I had my what it is. I had a problem with my PlayStation. I had to swap something over, and this one was set to don't allow.
Okay, then you can turn your mic down a little bit because you are very loud.
Definitely need to do that now. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. Still got an hour and a half.
That's down to a much more reasonable level.
Yeah, for me it's okay.
Let me never be accused of being a professional.
Yeah, but the thing is, my guys are thinking that I'm losing my mind, that I'm talking to my imaginary friend.
He was, I was never here. I've literally only just got here. He was actually talking to himself the whole time. Right, now people can hear me. I can actually start talking about something.
Okay, let's start from the beginning. On P1, Gecko Racer still in front of these guys. And lap 14, ready to race, is in lap 13. Gecko doing 202s, same as ready to race. So the pace is quite the same.
Yeah, very, very similar pace. And thank you, Mr. T. I found out the problem eventually. It's what happens when I switch microphones. You see, I've got. I'm about as technically minded as a 3-month-old baby, so I require my hand held through everything.
Everything?
Pretty much. Once I've learned how to do it, I know how to do it. But I literally, I genuinely, when I started broadcasting about 18 months ago, I didn't have a clue what I was doing. And I've basically relied on my children to talk me through it.
Okay. Same as Pony Boy.
Yeah. So Gecko Race is still very much dominant and still very much the quickest driver out there. I think it's going to be, it would be an absolute miracle if these guys lose the lead from this point.
Yeah, only thing that can stop them is the disconnection, I think.
Yeah.
But
let's not set fate, because there was quite a lot of those last time out.
Yeah.
I think we lost a driver in stint 3 to a disconnection. Someone decided to actually cut through the internet wire.
See a fight for P7 and P8. Ah, okay.
Is that you, Welshie?
Yeah, that's me.
Hello, mate.
Hello.
Good race last time out. How'd you feel?
Could have done a bit better. I had 2 contacts with Davia. Lost a bit of time. Really good going.
I think the sort of teams that did the first 3, or the drivers that did the first 3 stints, kind of made it easy for you guys out of the top 3, really, didn't they? Other than all the other stuff that was going on, of course. But
Yeah, to be fair, I'm thinking we got a good top first team. Myself, Johnny, and Ed Roman had a good start to the race. Got over here now. This stint, and we'll be back in there for the last one.
have you ever seen anyone actually beat Evo ever? He's super quick, isn't he?
Well, to be fair, he does race with us over on NRL on Monday night. And we do have a pretty good Robbie 1 race. He has got beat by Pedro a couple of times. But yeah, he's a good player, and he's also the pad as well.
I know. I was talking to Roses about it because Roses is racing for the Black Flag team today. And the first time I saw Evo race, I was doing the commentary for a High Prix event. They did a sort of 4-race event earlier in the year, and I saw him there, and it was absolutely just devastatingly quick compared to everybody else.
Yeah, he's pretty quick, especially when the other thing out. Unfortunately, people practice this week. So, yeah, it's such a shame that the disconnect.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's one of those things that it doesn't matter how much work you put in, it's completely out of your control, and you have to kind of take a breath and go, okay, well, look, there's nothing I could have done about that.
Disconnected, couldn't do anything. Went to reset the controller and just wrote in the game. 6 times in PlayStation. So it's just one of those things, really. Is that reset?
Yeah, well, I've broken a rig before after a disconnection, so I've been there. Touch wood, it hasn't happened since.
And the GTSV team is really warming up now, doing a 2:01. Lucas Maas, 2:01.6. So this guy is starting to fly. Sorry for interrupting you guys.
It's not going to be long before Bad Omen's going to start to have to look in his mirrors.
Yeah.
So Stormfly's already made his way back up to 7th. Bear in mind, he went in at the end of that one with that bit of damage, got rid of those medium tyres, and he's already worked his way back up to 7th. He's only 56 seconds behind his teammate Bendit at the minute.
Yeah.
So I think you might see towards the end of the stint as well, Stormfly starting to make a charge through the field, which considering that Mercedes got disconnected in stint 3, I think it was. It's not a bad recovery.
Yeah, I was racing with him on the first stint, I think it was. And he was just behind me. I was struggling to pull away from him. Did a good fighter.
Yeah, very good.
Stormfly is here right in the middle of Bad Omen and Gecko Racer. Trying to unlap himself. Here he goes, overtaking P4. And Gecko Racer not losing time.
You've got to be smart here because he doesn't want to get lapped again by the car in 4th, but he wants to allow Gecko Racer through, and I think he's done quite a good job there.
Yeah.
Giving himself a nice little pull up the hill.
Well, it's the late leader, so... And then on 3rd position we got Jupe. 2:03s last time around. And opening the gap to Bad Omen.
Yeah, I think these guys, particularly sort of 3rd, 4th, 5th, where there's still some racing to be done. There's still some chances of overtake. I think they need to get settled into this race really quickly and get that kind of rhythm. And particularly with Lucas in 5th putting in those insane. I mean, for this stage of the race, in this kind of stint, to be putting in laps like that this early on, he means business.
Yeah, 2nd one in a row, 2:01 again. Let's see what lap time he's going. Oh, purple sector again now. So Lucas is flying.
The Porsche is actually it's a very strong car around here, actually.
Oh, it's very hard. It's changed a lot.
It's funny you say that. We've got a driver that drives for us, and he predominantly, I say predominantly, he pretty much only drives Porsche. So if he can't drive a Porsche, he generally won't drive. But he went on holiday and then came back after the update that nerfed the Porsche, and he's gone from being someone that's just outside the top 3 to kind of mid-table, and you can hear the frustration in the comms over his voice that someone's messed with his car.
Yeah, the Porsche is a pretty good car. seems to have affected
It was almost too good, though. I think the problem with the Porsche before the update was that if you had an open GR3 race, pretty much everybody would use the 911 because it was such a dominant car. I do like the fact now that it's not quite so dominant, so now you get a little bit more variety in the GR3 lobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seems to be the GTR at the minute is the king of the three, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Fast guys in it as well.
Yeah.
But saying that, I mean, if you're quick, you're quick, irrespective of the car. I think there's an element of the car being king, but you know, the car's only as good as the person behind the wheel to an extent.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still need to have a quick driver to get up some of the cars.
Yeah, because I'm slow in a GTR and I'm slow in a Porsche. There's no changing it. I'm always slow.
Same as me.
To be fair, I struggled a little bit with the 3 car 6 the last update. Also just moved into the Crossmaster rig. So with a Logitech, so it's a bit different.
Okay.
Everyone's complaining you're very quiet, Welshie. Can you turn yourself up a bit because people can't hear you?
So we see Lucas overtaking P12. Last lap time around from Lucas was again at 2:01.6. So he's on fire, little Lucas.
Right. How's that, guys? Is that better?
That sounds better. Sounds better, yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's
Clearly,
good.
Gecko Race is not done with this race, and he's seen that Lucas has been putting in those blistering laps and decided he wants some of that action himself, and he's just put in a 2:01.5.
Okay.
So despite being a lap ahead of anybody else, he's not done with the pace here.
No, but he lost some time with the blue flag guys, so maybe he wants to make up that time again. And if that's your pace, that's your pace. So if you start driving slower, you can make incidents.
Well, Welshie, I mean, obviously you've driven. You've driven a couple of sessions around here. What do you think is the key to sort of getting right? Do you think it's all about looking for your best pace the whole time, or is it about finding a pace that you're comfortable with without overdriving the car and sticking to that?
Well, for me, it's just getting to a pace where I can drive like 95%, and I'm not going to cause too much damage. I think some people can overdrive the car, burn up the tyres, use more fuel, and it just runs the risk of more damage, really. And then maybe the 1 or 2 seconds you may gain with one crash, and you've lost 20-30 seconds. So that's how I approach these races.
Yeah, I mean that's the kind of what I've been saying to our guys is that it's all well and good that you can do a 2:01.6 or a 2:01.8 or whatever it is, but unless you can do that consistently without risking damage, you're better off doing a 2:02.5 and knowing you're going to go all the way around without any problems.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you can gain a second a lap maybe by pushing, but over a stage, if you can only do that for 5 laps and then you've got an incident, that one instant or one lock-up or one going off wide will just erase all that time. So you're better off just driving just a little bit below yourself and just waiting for others to pretty much do them safe. And so far, I've done 2 races now with the MRL team, and we've won both races. So the approach does work.
Absolutely it does.
Okay. We saw Shane getting his damage repaired.
It's a very early stop. That I mean, I know he went in to repair the damage.
Yeah.
But is he now going to be able to hang that out for? I mean, it's going to be very difficult to hang it out for the rest of the race. Certainly on those softs, right?
Yeah. Maybe he changes mediums.
Yeah, he's still got a medium stint to do. And also he does race with VR, and I believe he is using it for this race as well.
Yeah.
And that's super quick with VR, because I know a lot of people that have started racing on VR and have probably lost, maybe a second a lap while they get used to the kind of the nuances of it. But I mean, he's putting in some significant pace with that VR.
Yeah, he did drop a little bit pace in that series, but the last couple of weeks he seems to have got back into it, and he's back to his old pace. So it's good to see, really, because he's a really good driver. He's a pretty fair driver, to be fair.
Scheckter back there in 12th place. He's got some work to do, but his lap time's looking pretty good, to be fair. 2:03.5 being his quickest lap. He's steadily in those kind of low 2:04s, 2:05s. It's not a bad pace, but the problem is I think the pace across the board at the moment is looking pretty good. I mean, the guys out front are just crazy fast, but I think if you're looking for the sort of fourth backwards, the pace is pretty comparable across the board.
It's only the top 3 guys that are extremely fast. The rest is very close. And Lucas, yeah.
Yeah, Lucas being the anomaly outside the top 3, but I can't imagine him being. I can't imagine by the end of this stint us talking about him being in the top 5 anymore. I think we're talking about top 4, and possibly even closing on the back of Jupe, because Bad Omen's only 34 seconds behind him.
Yeah, still.
Yeah, he's to be fair to Oman, he is one of our. He doesn't race in the top classes in MRL, but he's a pretty decent driver. And, he's doing a team proud, I think.
Yeah,
I think that's it. I think that's the thing. This is a team event, and you can't take your best driver and just have your best driver do 5 stints, 6 stints. It doesn't work like that. It is about team, and I mean, no more highlighted than with us. That I got up at 5 o'clock this morning, ready for getting everything ready, to find that our driver that was supposed to start the first stint couldn't make it. So rushing around trying to find someone awake at that time of the morning that could do it was the hardest part. Found someone, and then someone else in the BMW couldn't do their stint either. So you go to your team, and that's why you have a team there. So you it's collective effort.
Yeah, the thing is it's okay having all quick drivers, but if you can't make it, or you can't do a 2-hour stint without crashing, it's not the best way to go, really.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be much fun if we were all as quick as each other, would it?
Well,
it'd be pretty boring.
Yeah, exactly. Like, to be fair with our league, we got on a Monday night we do a Group 3 MML series. We usually have between 3 to 4 lobbies with different driver grades, so all the drivers are kind of in their own lobbies, racing against similar skilled players, and everyone seems to have enjoy themselves, and there's always someone to battle with, and that's the main thing, really.
Yeah, I think it's good when you can when you've got enough people that you can kind of set up several different lobbies and kind of grade it a little bit.
We see DC team is closing the gap to GP. A few laps ago it was 25, now it's 20 seconds.
Yeah, as well, just ahead as well, I said to him, Stormflow was 50. He was 58 seconds behind his teammate Bendit. That's down to 30 seconds now.
Yeah.
So really putting a shift onto that top 6. And Lucas still closing on, but I'm trying to look at where they are collectively. I mean, that was a full lap because Lucas had to unlap himself. He's now just coming in through the mountain section, and Bad Omen is only just about to start the next lap, so he's already taken about half a lap out of him.
Yeah. He's got half a second penalty though, so won't cost him too much.
GP over to Bad Omen.
It is a brutal place to catch a penalty though, isn't it?
Yeah.
This track to where it is.
Call a couple 1 second.
Oh, Bad Omen. Bad Omen has damage. He's doing 207s, 205. Front suspension and aero damage.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why Lucas maybe is catching him so fast. The pressure is on.
Yeah, and of course he's held up behind JP at the minute, but because he's got that damage and he's not got pace, it's going to be very difficult for him to make that, to lap that car. And of course, until he's close enough to JP to make the move, JP isn't obligated to park up and wait for him.
No, but JP was behind him. JP just overtook him.
The Aston's not the best in the straight line as well, to be fair. So I think he's just going to sit behind him now and either just take the laps over or come in and get the damage fixed.
Yep.
The gap between the front two is a lap and some, to be fair. Nearly 2 laps. Yeah, a lap and 3/4. And then we've got UPay with 1 minute 14 behind Paradise. They're on the same lap, but significant distance to make up. And looking at the lap times, UPay seems to be a little bit quicker on a more regular basis.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to need to stay in those low 202s with Paralin in the sort of low 203s to really make some inroads, but it's going to take some time.
And Paralin is on mediums.
And of course Paralin's on the mediums, but he does switch out the
UPay is on
tyres.
soft.
I will say
it's
that
gonna be different.
our Lexus team has done a good job today. It's been really consistent and picked up the paces where they needed to, and they're in second place. And they fully deserve that at the minute.
Yeah, it was all good. Good racing.
Yeah.
Till that one point that we just erased, but for the rest, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it's a shame about that incident. I'm not sure what was going on. And it was kicking off a bit in the team chat, trying to work out what he was trying to do, but we leave that to that stint.
Something about periods. Oh, here are the teammates together. P3 and P6.
I think UPays are significantly quicker than Bendit is at the moment.
Okay.
Bendit's quickest lap is high 206s to UPays 202s.
What is happening to Bad Omen? .206, 207s.
Like at this point, it's sometimes harder to know whether to pick and clear the damage or keep going to the next pit stop. Sometimes you can try and make so many errors after you pitted, so
Omen has damage for a while now. He just keeps going.
I think you go past the point, don't you? When you've got the damage, you can give it a couple. He's coming in actually.
Yeah, he's coming in
Give
right
it those
now.
couple of laps to see what how much time you're losing. But there comes a point when you've stayed out too long, and you may as well just stay out anyway.
Yeah, point of no return.
just like to say Shane's up to 10th now, so he's closing down on 9th. He's doing a good job top of that.
Yeah. That's good. So P9 is closing in on P8, P10 closing in on P9. Yeah, that's good.
And the battle for 6th here will get a bit closer now. That's this stint to the next stint.
Okay, it would be nice actually. Stint 1 they're all relatively close together, and then it starts opening up. Stint 3, 4, 5. I mean, we did have some great battles in Stint 4 between I think 7th, 8th, and 9th. And where they were battling, that allowed GMAC to close up and really make that a battle there. It would be really good now to see over the course of this next sort of hour and a half or hour and 10 minutes is these cars from sort of 5th, 6th backwards, those gaps close so that we kind of the final 2 hours is a proper shootout to the line.
Yeah. And Stonefly closed that gap by 12 seconds now to Bendix, so he is really pushing. Everyone is
very
closing
Dutch
in.
heavy. It's a very Dutch heavy contingent in the in this 5th lobby. All the Brits have gone to bed and the Dutch have come out to play.
Well, they get up earlier.
Only by an hour. Yeah, so we're still recovering from our lunch. They're thinking about dinner. Although Stormfly's not actually Dutch, he's in the Netherlands, but he's Hungarian.
Okay. We are all European.
Except us, because we vote for Brexit, apparently.
Well, there's a reason why you guys are on the island, so...
so you guys can get a stick and just push us further away.
Hey, you asked for it.
And boy, did we get it.
King's
So,
Day.
talking to the Brits, Gecko Racer is flying the flag for the Brits at the moment. Fastest man, I'll tell you what, it's not going to be long before he's back in those 159. Surely, he's certainly putting in the numbers. And I don't think, as you said earlier, other than a disconnection, I can't see what is going to stop these guys winning.
Yeah, I think they got this sewn up, but so did the MRL team, but disconnect and killed your race straight away. So we got nearly we got a bit more than 3 hours of racing left. So anything can happen, really.
Yeah, making a move on P6 now.
Another lap down.
2:01, fastest lap is for Gecko Racer. 2 round 0.8.
Everyone's calling for commentators curse on P1. Do you think if all three of us just watch Gecko Racer and talk about him for an hour, we can mix it up a bit?
I bet he doesn't want that to happen.
On it. Going into lap 26. Solid racer, really good. Well, overall they're all good. They're all faster than me, so I'm not the guy.
I don't know if you guys can hear that. My daughter's singing in the background.
Yeah, I hear everything.
Don't take anything in the chart. We've done a copyright infringement.
Ready to race, still on P2. 1 minute 13 seconds in front of P3. And he's also on island. 1 minute 30 in front of Bad Omen. Bad Omen without damage now. He lost a lot of time. 2 minutes 33 in pit. Or with pit stop, so that's a lot of time.
There's still a lap and a bit between Bad Omen and Lucas, but Lucas now, he was almost at one stage 2 laps behind. I mean, now he's at the other end of the Conrod, so that gap is really starting to come down.
Yeah.
He seems to be on the move here, so should be a bit of an interesting battle on my last stint.
He went to the pit as well, so lost that time.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate really, but
Bad Omen 2:04 last time around.
I will say the Aston is a pretty tricky car to drive. You've got to run it with a skinnier rear wing to get the straight line speed. It makes it a bit more twitchy in the corners. But it's doing us.
Lucas with a 2:01.
I think we've seen just how twitchy it is when we've watched all the way through. When we've watched them going through that mountain sector, sometimes you see them get all the power, and the back end really wants to come round in the front.
It's amazing that they can save it.
It's under vehicle. It's got a bit less weight than some of the other cars, so it has its benefits. It can turn a little bit quicker than some of the other cars, but it's also a bit more sketchy to drive.
And here we got a battle coming up. Stormfly, 2.4 seconds behind the Bandit.
I can't imagine they're going to fight too hard because they're teammates. Although essentially they're in 2 different teams, but from the same team. I think they'll communicate, and I think Bandit will.
No drama.
Yeah. Put it this way: as team manager.
Oh, and Stormfly goes wide. Oh, luckily no damage.
Right, sod that Bandit. Keep him behind you.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay, lucky him. GP is closing the gap as well. He is now getting a little tow from ready to race. So don't override yourself.
They're getting no track audio apparently on the broadcast.
Oh boy. See what I can do.
I find that little bit on the bottom of your hand. If you hit it hard enough with that, it usually fixes most things. Oh, maybe it's just Mr. T that can't hear it then.
Maybe turn the volume up, Mr. T.
Yeah, that'd be a good start.
Well, my last stream I had something with my audio and I started to try to fix it, and then I had 2 hours no audio.
I've had some absolute nightmares. I'd one I did once where I have an overlay I use on the lobby, which covers up all the rubbish on the lobby. And I started the race, and it was halfway through lap 1 before I realised I'd left that on the screen, so nobody saw the start or the massive crash into turn 1.
Yeah, like in Laguna, indeed, Gilbert, I had a stint for 2 hours and I had no sound at all. So constantly looking at my rev meters, that was horrible.
I think we're gonna move down now by Stormify, past Bandit.
Yeah.
He is, yeah. He'll pull away now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to have a lot of clear air now, isn't he? Because let's face it, the pace of Lucas is going to be as quick as I know that Aaron can be. It's a huge gap, and the pace for Lucas is just insane.
Yeah, it's on the straight.
There seems to be an interesting battle forming up for the 6th place. It's got 2 drivers within a couple of seconds of each other, then quite a few cars, quick drivers that could make a few places up in the last stint.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, it's going to be really good if we can get all these drivers really close together, and then make give the commentators some work to do in that final stint.
Yeah. DC team close the gap to P8, 10 seconds now. Doing 203s.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's going out for the last stint for the 18 for us. I believe it's going to be Nick. Who is an absolute missile around this track.
Okay.
Yesterday in qualifying, he was just so quick.
Around this track, he's
everyone was quick.
Amazing.
So TC doing 203s, P8, GP is doing 204s.
Do you know what a really cool thing about this racetrack is? I love this fact, and I've got a friend who lives quite near here, and he kind of told me about it. So it's actually a street circuit. It's not a circuit. It's a street circuit. These are actual roads that lead to houses all off the racetrack. But because obviously they can't use the roads when these events are on, they've actually got a series of tunnels, so you can get in and out of your house and go into the village. It's only for use of the people that own the properties. They can't drive through the tunnels, they have to walk through them. But in order to get in and out while these big events are on, they can use these tunnels to get in and out of their houses.
Oh, okay.
But when it's not a racetrack, it's a strictly enforced 20 mile an hour speed limit. And they've actually got like its own little kind of police force is a bit of a strong word, but like security that police those roads and give you like massive fines for driving it quicker than 20 mile an hour around these roads.
Okay. Interesting.
Did not know that.
Yeah. DC team 8.1 second now.
So it looks
Really
like
is closing on JP, isn't he?
Yeah.
Lucas is coming up to unlap himself now for a moment. So he's done a really good job in the last hour.
Okay.
He's got Shane in between him.
So that's an entire lap he's made up on bad omens, because he was just outside 2 laps down when they started. So that's phenomenal pace, and we're only 26 laps in, so it's very likely that he's going to gain 4th place before the end of this stint.
Yeah, he could well do if he can
Jumped in the cockpit from Lucas now. his point of view.
It all depends if he doesn't make any more mistakes, and that Porsche can catch people out, and it's called a couple of people out in the last couple of stints, so
Yeah,
we'll see how it goes in the next hour.
chain touching the wall a little bit.
No damage out for him.
Nope. Yep, there Lucas sees Bad Omen. And Bad Omen will surely see Lucas, and he thinks like, oh boy, here we go.
Yep, there you go, it's Lucas Marchand.
Next target, Bad Omen.
Yeah,
He's not going to be happy to see him come past and unleft himself because he knows
yeah.
that chase down is on.
As long as he can keep his cool though, and do as little mistakes as possible, and help me out for the last stint. No pressure there, Owen.
So Welsh, when you're driving, and you know you've got a big gap on a driver, and then you see that gap just getting, and you're pushing to your limit, but you see the gap just getting smaller and smaller and smaller. How do you keep yourself motivated and not feel disheartened by the fact that they're probably going to catch you?
It's always harder for the guy behind to chase after you. So you just gotta just keep to your line, keep to your pace, and just either hope that the gap is big enough that they can't catch, or they make a few more errors, or they burn your tyres or fuel a bit worse than yourself. But yeah, it can get into your head, and if you do let it get into your head, you can then cause yourself to
Lose yourself.
Yeah. So
Just start overdoing the maths and that kind of thing, and worrying about it and fretting about it too much. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the best thing is just just keep to looking at the racetrack and doing your lines and not sort of look too much at the time.
Make no mistakes on the track.
Yeah.
Don't look at the delta, just look at the track.
Yeah.
If you take the track good, delta will be good. So we
I
see
think
P1.
you've got to kind of understand who you're racing as well, particularly in an event like this where, although you might, 6 and 7 might be quite close together, that overall you might not be racing that guy for overall track position across the sort of 6 stints. So I think it is about understanding where you need to hold them up and where you need to just let them go.
Yeah, there's also as well with the team. The team needs to make sure that they've got the right drivers in the right lobbies, and making sure you're not putting too much pressure on like the slower drivers, and you're giving them a little bit more of a buffer. So yeah, it's a good event. Hopefully, Gran Turismo will increase the lobby sizes, and we can have a few more teams enter.
Yeah, I think the problem is that the original intention was for 24 car lobbies, but that was when it was in development as a PlayStation 5 only title.
Yeah.
When they took the decision to change it to, for want of a better expression, to dumb it down so PS4 could use it too, they had to find where to restrict it, and obviously lobby size is going to be the first thing they work on. But it would be good to see that. And I feel sorry for PS4 users, but I'm a PS5 user, so that doesn't bother me. It would be nice to see that at some stage it becomes a PS5 only title, and you can then have the big lobbies, or go the way of Assetto Corsa, that you can still play across both platforms, but you can have you can set up a lobby that's PS5 only and have that bigger lobby.
Well, this seems to be that they know there's an issue there because the daily races are split between PS4 and PS5. There seems to be the multiplayer where they haven't given it as much focus, or they're trying to sort out the issues in the game before they do, improve the lobbies. But yeah, it would be better. Maybe they start putting more PS5 only things in there. With the availability now with PS5 consoles, more people will start transferring over. And,
yeah, definitely. I think that was a big driving factor in opening it up to the PS4, is that big problem with the chipsets and with getting the consoles out there made it very difficult for them to say, look, we release this game, or wait until there's enough PS5s to release this game. It's going to have been in development for far longer than we would have expected.
Oh, and Bendix has damage, front damage. We saw some guys putting in. Jupiter was in the pit. Gecko Racer was in the pit. Gonna see.
Lapping himself now as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna look if I can get that. No, he already had damage, Bandic. Oh, too bad.
Yeah, Shane's caught up now about 5-6 seconds out on the DCT team in ninth, so he's slowly leading in it.
Yeah. 6 seconds now.
No, and we got Lucas is in the pits. Seems to be the Porsche is a bit more heavy on his rear tyres than the other cars.
Yeah.
Obviously being a rear mid-engine car, but the engine predominantly over the back wheels. Will be a bit more heavy on the rear tyres. The front engine cars are obviously
Yeah.
more heavy on the fronts.
And pushing hard, I guess, making up good time. So let's take it from P1, and Kaka Racer is still on P1, lap 32. Then Ready to Race is in P2, lap 31.
Have we got
Oh, Jarbala. Yeah, disconnection from Jarbala. Oh, too bad.
I believe he was in the 11th.
Yeah.
Seems to be a shame because there's quite a few disconnects today, which is
too bad.
very frustrating for everyone involved.
Then
Philo, just see what you wrote in chat. That's actually really surprising, Philo, mate, because I heard from what essentially quite a reliable source that it was originally a PS5 title that they dumbed down for the PS4. But I'm quite surprised that 85% of GT7 sales were on PS5, because if I look across some of the groups I've been involved with, I would say when it came out that the split was probably closer to 50-50. But maybe I just know more people with PS4s than PS5s. It would be interesting to find out if someone's actually got the real number.
Yeah, I don't think PD would release that, but it would be interesting to find out. Because you can definitely tell when PS4 users to join a lobby, they take a bit longer to initialize, and sometimes they can be a bit more laggy, but it seems to be just a general lobby instability.
here we got Kaka Racer trying to make a move on P3. The last car on the grid is Shakhtar. The Italian guy with the Ferrari. Or McLaren, or what is this? McLaren, yeah.
But he's very similar to the 458, especially when painted in red, white and blue for some reason. It looks really like the 458.
I saw some red and I was thinking Ferrari.
Yeah, they're having a solid ride today, with third place.
Yep.
A solid, a good team there, and kept out of trouble mainly.
Have we lost someone from this lobby? I'm sure we had 12.
Yeah, Jarbala or something like that.
I think one of the Porsche teams, I think it was.
Yeah, Jarbala. 2 laps ago.
Just goes to show how much I pay attention.
Kaka Racer making a move on P3 now. And he is really flying. Nobody is gonna stop this team today.
Yeah, it's gonna take a monumental cock up, or someone to go around to his house and cut the cables. If anyone knows where he lives.
Don't forget about the fundraiser, guys. Share some money if you got some left.
Yeah, and we'll be doing that after the race. Of course.
Yeah.
Looks like Oman's picked up a bit of damage somewhere.
Yeah, I think he had that a few laps ago.
Yeah.
So where's Lucas? Well, I'll tell you what. Lucas is at the top of Comrod.
Yeah.
Bad Omen is just coming down to the final corner. We're just coming around the final corner. Lucas is absolutely taking chunks out of him.
Yeah, Bad Omen last lap time around was a 2:05. And Lucas just came out of the pits. So doing his first hot lap.
Looks like he may just run with the damage in a minute. See what lap time he can do. Maybe just do one more pit then at the end for the medium.
I think he came out with a medium, did a few laps, and then run back into the pit, change for a soft.
Yeah, I mean there is a couple of laps between them, but Lucas is certainly just.
Yeah.
I think if they were on the same lap, Lucas would be miles ahead of him right now. But it's a difficult chase down because you know you go past the guy, you know you've got to come and do it again.
Yeah.
Oh, and Bad Omen hit the wall a little bit.
Yeah, looks like he's struggling a bit with the damage. So he may come in now this lap to fix the damage.
So GT Planet reported the PS5 GT7 sales said 80%.
That is surprising.
That does surprise me. But then it was so. It depends who gave them that information.
Yeah, whether it's hard copies or the downloaded copy.
Oh, let's take it from the back. Get ready to race, overtaking the last guy.
I wonder how many people downloaded the GT5 version from their the PS5 version from their PS4.
Well, I waited a long time to get a PS5.
Yeah, it seems to be the stock availability now is a lot better.
Oh yeah, I mean you can pick them up anywhere now.
I didn't want to pay 800 euros for the game. So P9 is in, GP or is out. Is now on his medium tires.
Yeah, so Shane there is looking likely to capture now the stint.
Yep.
So you've got Bisonte in 8th, he's going to have to pit still. So that's a position JP's going to gain. Unless, of course, he decides to get rid of those medium tyres and he might have to work at it. Bendit's going to have to do another stop. He's got some damage as well, so actually now wouldn't be a bad time to do that.
And who's Ben? Oh, Bendit, yeah.
So the medium tyres do take a good couple of laps more to warm up, but once you get going, and if you can get into a nice groove, they're not actually that much slower than the soft.
Yep.
But it's the initial warm-up phase which you end up losing. But it all depends on if you're quick on softs, then the time difference in running the mediums. It's better to have the extra stop. Just do one lap of medium.
Bendix is losing a lot of time. Front damage is taking his cross. 208, 209.
Harrod in the pits from second.
Yeah, ready to race. So he's getting rid of his mediums.
I mean, it's essentially a free pit stop, isn't it? I mean, because he's got no danger of catching Gecko Racing anytime soon. So
he's got plenty of gaps, so you may as well run the quickest tyre if you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
They did a really good car, a really good job in that car. Team seems really solid all race. And they deserve their second place with it.
Yep.
I think all the teams are still in it. They've all had their sort of purple patch at some stage. They've all had a sort of good session or two. And I mean, the fact they're all still, these guys are still in it. I mean, you bear in mind, we started with 14, we've still got 11 on the track, and I think there's one or two will come back after this.
So we can be happy. We still got 11.
Usually by this stage, over this period of time,
we got 4.
A few people have disappeared and not come back.
Yeah, I think it was
oh, without the DCs, yeah, okay, it's like that. They just give up.
Yeah, I think it was Monza when we were down to 8 or 9 teams, out to 14 or something.
I know, we sort of kept having bad flashbacks about Monza. It went horribly wrong for one of our stints. So yeah, the less said about Monza, the better.
Yeah, we had a tricky stint in the third stint which I done. And unfortunately for the Speed Hunters team, or Speed Hunters, he disconnected in the last stint, which enabled us to take the lead, but not really the way you want to go. But fortunately, it seems to be a common theme in this game.
Yeah.
It's a shame, really, because it's the potential to the reality is it's just not quite meeting up to it. I mean, the graphics are amazing, the audio amazing, the racing, the car physics, all that kind of thing is amazing. and then it just lets itself down on little things like lobby stability.
Yeah, it is a real shame. It's got a good platform. It just needs just a bit more attention, or even just a bit more communication, really, just to tell us what's going to happen, or what's actually causing these issues. Because they seem to be a bit silent with that.
Yeah, I mean, they put a statement out saying, if you do this, it will make things better, and then we can make a judgment. Because at the moment it seems to be kind of guesswork, and you have an update and this works, and then you have another update and something else works.
Yeah, I know with ACC on console they do. You can actually host your own server. It does cost a couple of quid. But if GT could come up and say, we can do like a separate server for like championships and leagues, I'm sure people would willing to pay just a couple of quid if they know that they can have a solid server.
Absolutely. I mean, every single one of the Black Flag guys has said if that was in place, they would happily pay for it.
Yeah, I think most people would. At the end of the day, where else apart from ACC? If you want to do proper stuff like this, you're talking iRacing or ACC online, and that's on PC, and that's a completely different ball game altogether. Right?
I mean, iRacing is crazy, man. I mean, it's easy enough to get set up, but the cars at 15 quid. The tracks are at 15 quid a track, and
it's too much.
75p and £7 for
too expensive. We got Stormfly in the pit now. Let's see what he can do if he's gonna put on his medium. We are over halfway through the race.
He started on the mediums and dropped them after that one.
Oh yeah. So he can go flat out.
Right, guys, I am gonna drop out the stream and get ready for my final set. So it's been great to chat with you all.
Thanks for joining us, Welsh.
Yeah, cool. That's our problem. Hopefully I get a chance to do it on some daily basis. So I'm leaving you all to it.
Yep. Okay.
See you on another one.
Bye, mate. See you next time. Bandit.
The last 40 minutes.
Yeah, Bandit going into the pit right now.
Sorry, someone at the door. One second.
Yep, cool. Police is at the door. Yeah, that's something to think about. So, Gecko Racer still on one, 38 laps for him. Ready to race, also 37 laps. Nothing is changing between these two guys.
Yeah, I can't see much changing over the next the next stint either. It might change by a few seconds, but I think overall it's going to be it's really RA's supposed to lose now, isn't it?
Yeah. Ready to race even opened up the gap to GP. That was 1 minute 10, it's 1:15 now. Bad Omen still doing the damage thing. Doing 205s and Lucas with 201s. Lucas is really closing that gap.
He's back within one lap. That 35 for Lucas, that 36 for Bad Omen. But Lucas is not far away from undapping himself again. And they both stopped now, haven't they? So it's essentially how much time can Lucas take out of him before the end of this race?
Yeah.
So if he's doing, we're talking just over 2 minutes a lap. We've got 24 laps, 23 laps remaining. So if he's taking out that kind of time, sort of 3 seconds a lap. So he's not going to be far away from him, to be fair, by the time the race comes to switch over. He's certainly putting his teammate in the last stint in a really, really good position.
Stormfly is back on pace. going for his first hard lap now on P6. Well, everyone is doing a great job.
Still don't want him to do 203s before. He should be doing there or thereabouts again. Below 203s. You've got Pisonti behind him. He's not very consistent. I think that's the thing here. I think that's the difference between the sort of top 6 and the kind of rest of the field. Is that, I mean, if you look down them, you see Gecko Racer, incredibly consistent. Same with Paradin, although he's had a couple of anomalies, but for the most part, very consistent. Dupe again, very consistent, although if you look down a bit earlier on, he wasn't so great. Bad Omen, consistent. Lucas, very quick and very consistent. Stormfly as well. There's not much in the difference in the laps. And then you look at Bisonte, you know, there's almost a 2-second fluctuation from lap to lap.
Yeah.
And that really harms your kind of rhythm.
Has a little suspension damage.
Yeah, this is not going to help.
No, that is not going to help. He was closing the gap.
Showing they're quite consistent.
Going in the pit now as we speak. Bisonte.
Well, that will push Shane from 8th up to 7th.
Yeah.
And at the moment he's 23 seconds behind Bisonte, who's almost 20 seconds behind Stormfly. So that's going to give him 33 seconds behind Stormfly. There it is.
Here comes Shane going to the last corner. You see team now changing tires. And here goes Shane taking P7. Where is Bandit? He's coming to the last sector now.
He's just coming through the chase. He's, I think, he might. Oh, no.
No.
DC team Bisonte's coming
Yeah.
now. So.
DC team is out now, and he is on the last corner.
I think Bandit's focus at the moment has just got to be kind of keeping it consistent, keeping it on the racetrack and hoping that JP. I mean, the difference in lap times are a little bit slower than JP, but hopefully that 19 seconds is enough to keep the Canadian driver.
Yeah. And Bandit is opening the gap to GP. 2:08 last time around. GP with a 2:05, so he is faster.
I do know the guy that replacing Bandit will be. He's a machine. He's an absolute machine.
He's a machine.
He is. We did a charity stream for the BCGT race team. We did a 24-hour Le Mans, an actual 24-hour. So we started at 8 p.m. on the Friday, and we finished at 8 p.m. on the Saturday. And over that course of that 24 hours, he did 16 hours.
Okay.
He did a 12-hour stint and then a couple of shorter stints. So yeah, he's a machine.
Okay. So cheering for Gecko, bring it home. Well, if he can't bring it home, then something is wrong. Lap 41 and still leading the pack.
And still has the fastest lap.
And still fastest lap. 2 minutes, 0.876.
I did think at one stage he might dip below that 2 minute mark and put in another one of those blistering 159s that we saw in the first 3 stints. But he doesn't really need to have. That's the
no,
thing.
why risk it? Why risk it? Maybe you crash. Yeah. Then you need to push again. Maybe you crash again. So what's the point? He's up in front, lap in front.
Taking your feet up on the dashboard, radio on.
Yeah. What do you think he's listening to?
If he's sensible, something metal. It could be Taylor Swift. We don't know.
Or the Bee Gees or something like that.
Yeah.
You never know with those aliens.
Yeah, that's it. It'll be something out there. You know, the greatest hits of Kate Bush.
They're saying that you are quiet again.
I'm quiet again.
Ah, there we go.
Never Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue. Yeah, that's not a bad shout, Mr. T. That's not a bad shout at all. So, Bad Omen, that gap to UK is 1 minute 21 seconds.
Yep.
That gap's opened up a little bit. But it could be the UK because he's closing a bit on Paradin, although...
Look at that, Lucas Maas is right behind Bad Omen.
So that's it. So this is the charge on now. He wants to get past him as quickly as possible and start to close that essentially 2 minute gap that he'll have to him once he gets past. But Bad Omen won't want to see this. He will not want to see
Come on, Lucas.
the guy behind him unlapping himself.
Lucas is my team, so come on, Lucas.
Come on, Lucas.
Come on, Lucas.
In fact, if you want to clip Bad Omen on the way through and both get a penalty, that would really help Stormfly.
Stormfly is in lap 36.
Yeah, it would take some significant penalty.
Oh, Bad Omen taking risks. Oh, and losing it. Here comes Lucas. Up and away.
Did the hard way over. He did it very well there, very well.
Yeah, Bad Omen just clipped it on the exit. So here we go. Come on, Lucas.
This is where he has to get his focus because he's seen over the course of this race, over the course of the last hour and a half, he's seen that car unlap itself once and then come around and unlap itself again. So he's got to keep his focus here and do what he can to keep the gap as big as he can for his teammate coming in for the final stint. He doesn't want to see Lucas getting too much closer to him before they finish.
Yeah.
I think Lucas has got other ideas though.
Right, we're looking at GP now, doing 204s. Yeah, I tried the VR thing. It's not my thing.
I don't drive enough to justify spending
same.
£5,500 on a VR headset.
I'm always streaming and stuff, so I hardly drive.
However, if anyone from Sony's listening, Cronic and I would happily extol the virtues of VR if you were to send a couple our way, and we'll predominantly broadcast just in VR, and we'll tell everyone how brilliant they are. I'll put my address in the Discord for you.
Yeah, okay. Or we can do a fundraiser, which is everything is possible.
Buy Cronic and buy Cronic and Urban Pyrate and VR headsets. We need a long fundraiser.
We throw some beers in for Ponyboy. He already has a VR, so. Okay, Kegger Racer, lap 43 now.
That'll do, Slipstream. Yeah, just send me a cardboard box with some tape so I can tape my phone to it.
Okay, so no more broadcasting Gecko Racer. Back to ready to race.
Yes, Paradin's doing all right. I mean, he's just putting his fastest lap of the race, so he's not giving this up by any way. He knows there's a big gap, but he's not giving this up. He's intending to keep doing what he can do in the hope. The thing is, if you kind of give up the ghost now and then something happens, you're not in a position to capitalise. So I think you really have to stay focused and still try and put those laps in and try and close that gap just in case.
And to be honest, hope that the guy in front of you makes mistakes.
Yeah. To be fair, he's going to need a lot of them.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, but still, if you get massive damage at the end or at the beginning of your first lap or the lap, that will take you a long time to get around.
Yeah. Or do what I did the last time I raced around here and run out of fuel as you pass the start-finish line because you forgot to go in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was one of my best races. I don't usually finish in the top half of anything, and I was currently running in the top half.
But
and
when I
was battling to keep it down Conrad, I forgot to pit.
But when I do, I beep it up.
Yeah. The worst thing about it was I put it in fuel map 6 in the hope I could make the fuel last as long as possible, and then forgot I was in fuel map 6 and drove the rest of the race wondering why my pace was off.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is why I broadcast and I don't race, because it's not my thing, clearly.
Then on P3, CLR. Nope, there's one more stint after this one. And that will be my good friend Pony Boy. He is very quiet, so I hope that someone wakes him up, because that sucker has been up a long time. And I saw he was up for a long time, so... there he is, there he is. 1, 2, 3, daar ben ik ja. So going down the order slowly on P4, Bad Omen, with Lucas chasing him. And
But he's already pulled out what looks to be somewhere around probably 8 or 9 seconds already, having got past and unlapped himself. So he's already starting to give himself a bit of a gap.
Lucas
2-3, his last lap
going
as well.
Down. Bad Omen is going down now, so yeah. Then we're gonna check on Stormfly. He's on P6, 12 minutes 40 seconds behind the leader, and 2 laps behind Lucas, 3 laps. 40 seconds behind Stormfly, we got MRL Shane. He is also doing a great job. 202, 201s. Fastest lap was a 201.6. So very good from Shane.
That's some very quick laps actually. If he can keep that sort of pace up,
yeah,
he can make a bit of a chunk into that 40-second gap.
Yeah. Well, Stormfly is fast as well.
Yeah, he's staying in the low 202s.
Yeah, Stormfly is more consistent.
That's what we were saying earlier. I think consistency over this length of time is absolute key.
Yeah. That's my problem. I can't do fast laps, but I can do steady laps. I can start with a 204 and do the whole race with a 204. But that's not fast enough.
I can do steady laps as long as those steady laps are like a 215.
Okay. Then DC team on 8. Doing 203s. Not bad at all.
30 seconds now, the gap almost back to Bendit. And you see that JP has already closed that 19-second gap down to 11 seconds.
To 11, indeed.
So I think Bendit is going to be, in a lap or two, he's going to be defending from... Although, to be fair, their lap time's very, very comparable at the moment. Bendit's just not long ago put his fastest lap of the race with a 2:05.1. So it looks like he's starting to find his rhythm. If he can stay in those kind of times, then actually JP's going to struggle, not only to catch, but to pass.
Let's hope so.
Indeed.
We'll stay at GP for a little bit. See how that's working out for him. And that gap closes down quickly.
The lazy camel joins us back on the broadcast, having slept through all the good stuff.
Ah, so he's the guy that wakes up everyone in the morning and then goes to sleep while we are working?
Generally, that's what happens.
8.6 now. Let's take a look at the lap time of Bandit. Oh, and he almost banded. See if we can get that on replay real quick. Goes a little bit wide and is very lucky.
Gecko's slightly improved on his fastest lap on lap 45 with a 2:07.74.
Okay.
So still not giving up on that fastest lap.
Okay, and Bandit last lap time was a 2:07. Let's check out GP. He did a 2:05.4. So yeah, he is on it. Pretty soon be fighting for position. Let's take a look at Gecko Racer, lap 47 now.
I'm just watching Gecko Racer from on board, and it's just, it looks so effortless when you look at it from his sort of cockpit view. The movements are so fluid and so measured, but there, you know, it's hardly any movement in the wheel at all. It's little movements every time, and just it makes it look as though he's driving at 40 mile an hour and not, you know, 140.
Yeah, he's like dancing.
Yeah, that's actually a good way of describing it. It is almost like dancing.
Well, I did bike racing, and the guys that lured me was always saying, when you are getting in the flow, it feels like dancing. It comes naturally. So yeah.
It's a long time since I've been on a bike.
And he's in the purple sector now, so I think we will see that sub 2 minute 59 is around the corner.
Yeah, I think he's coming.
Lucas Maas, fastest lap now. 2:00.686. Here comes Gecko Racer.
That is a 1:59. Oh, just out of it. He lost a bit of time then.
Yeah,
Coming through the chase, he must have lost a bit of time. Bad Omen has left the room.
Oh.
So it looks like Bad Omen's disconnected. That is absolute. Well, I mean, it's great for your guy, but devastating for Bad Omen, because he was running so well there in third.
Too bad.
You could sound a little bit more disappointed in one. But listen, Stormfly's in the top 5. I'm as happy as you are, mate. Let's take these little wins.
No, that was too bad. I'd rather see some guys fighting on track than losing them. So now we got 10 people on track, and Schechter is still last one. Then on P9 we got GP, Bandit is on P8, DC team is on 7th position. They got balls calling their team DC team. Just saying. Then on P6, MRL Shane. On 5 we got Stormfly. Lucas Maas moved over to 4th position. On 3, Jupe. Ready to Race is on 2, and Gecko Racer is on 1. 48 laps for him now.
Yeah, he's just been so. I mean, it's so solid. I mean, Schechter's now 8 laps behind him. But I do want to give credit to Schechter actually, because it's. I mean, it's difficult to be at the back of a 30-minute, 40-minute, 1 hour race.
Yeah.
But to be at the back, you know, to come in at the back and then be there for the entire 2 hours and still stick it out, still put those lap times in and still give it a go. It's much harder to do than it is if you're midfield and you've got something to fight for. So you know, you've got to give him credit, because it's such a difficult thing to do when you're essentially not racing for anything. Dedication, absolutely.
And you know, when you sign up for this, you know these guys are fast, and these guys are gonna pass you. You can't give up, because if you give up next race, you can join. Simple.
And the good thing is, I mean, as long as you can, your connection holds, you're going to gain some additional places, some additional points, or whatever, because you've stuck it out there, because you've waited and stayed in the room.
Yeah.
So all credit, and of course, it always gives an opportunity to the person coming next that might have that extra yard of pace that can make those extra moves and possibly put you in a better position. But yeah, I feel for Pony, because it's going to be a 9 lap overlap between Gecko coming in and Schecter's teammates coming out.
Oh, but Pony deserves it. He's used to it, so. He's always being the black sheep of the streaming family.
He must be punished.
but we can't miss him, so he's the best.
So blue flag's there for I think it's a Schecter intent as Paralyn's coming up behind him.
Okay, I was trying to figure out who it was. Let's jump on board, then we're ready to race. This view is awesome.
You really get the sense of speed with that view as well, don't you?
Yeah.
What I love as well with this view is that effect you get with it's almost like a tiny bit of camera shake.
Yeah, with the movements.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Let's wait on the move and then let's take a look at Lucas. Team Captain Tattoo Steve is cheering for him, hunting for P3. There he goes. Nice move. Oh, Richard, don't jinx us, we're not there yet. Here's Lucas. Lap 46. And P3 is in 48. And he is doing a very, very good thing. 02's 01, so... But Lucas is doing a great job as well.
I mean, that is an awesome recovery. I was just saying it was something like P12 to P4.
Yep. Yep. So for now, that's very good.
That's a proper rank. That's like a Hallmark movie, isn't it?
PT should make a movie out of us. Yeah, Richard. And maybe if there is a DC in your lobby, I will pop in your lobby. So we will have a proper streaming at the end. Like always. Pony Boy is my special friend.
So JP's closed that gap on Bendit now. That's 2.5 seconds back in 9th. Yep. So it's a bit squeaky bum time now for Bandit. He's got to try and hold on for as long as possible. I know he's been replaced by Wiggy, who ran the second stint. So and of course he's a machine.
You know, a toaster is a machine as well.
So Gecko, it's just been phenomenal, hasn't he? From minute one, never let up at all. There is a yellow flag, and that is for who? Who is sideways? Somebody has gone sideways. Whoever it was is not sideways anymore.
It's not Lucas. That's not Chupe.
No, I don't know. I couldn't see anybody. It may have been a brief encounter with some grass.
Oh, let me just check if someone has damage. P2, everyone is clear. Oh yeah, DC team. Oh, and let's see what happened to them. Here he goes wide. Oh, massive spin. Going down the hill.
Oh yes, that was
yeah.
That was a little bit pinball.
Yep, touched the grass and he's gone.
And once it goes, but particularly when you've got walls that close, there's just nothing you can do. You're also a passenger. So he's going to come in. He's got he's got a 40-second gap to bend it, but is it enough? Because he's got quite a lot of damage to repair there.
Yeah, and Bandit is coming here. He is on the last corner now, with GP right behind him. DC team is coming out with medium tires now.
So he had to pit anyway, so that's not such a big loss then, because he would have had to come in anyway. I think if he didn't have to run those medium tyres, it would have been a much bigger loss for him, but it was a stop he had to make.
Here goes GP, 1 second now, 1 second, 0.2.
Yeah, I think we're going to see this overtake.
Yeah.
Soon, very soon.
Cheeky is 2 seconds faster. And good evening, Mr. Jefferson himself. How are you doing, my friend? Yeah, and he is there. 0.7, 0.6. Bandit, keep your head cool, don't bend it. He will get you on the straight. Oh, and Bandit almost bends it.
Very nearly. Very nearly got that BMW into a massive spin, but held that quite well. I think as well. I think he could see the pace of the car behind, and as we were saying earlier, sometimes it's worth not compromising yourself for the sake of holding a car up. Because all you're doing is you're making your own life difficult. You're increasing the risk of a spin and potentially damage.
Yep.
Just run your race. I mean, he's got a nice, decent gap on Scheckter behind. If JP's really going to be that quick, eventually he's going to get you anyway. So you may as well let them get on with it, and maybe, just maybe, they'll make a mistake.
Yeah. Here we see the move. Let's see how the leader is doing. Lap 53 now for Gecko Racer. Last lap time around was a 2:02. Fastest lap for now is still on my friend Little Lucas. With a 2-minute round 6:86. And good luck with that, Jefferson. We got the GTSV team is spread out around the sim racing world. Some of us are doing Bathurst, others are doing 6 hours of Brands Hatch.
Wow.
So we are all spread out today. Oh, no, together.
Wow, that's crazy.
But not streaming, only racing.
There's still a lot of racing. There's been a lot of racing already today, and there's still a lot more. I mean, after this, we've got some of our boys going off for a rest, and then we've got the GT Champions World Cup, which is early hours of the morning, bearing in mind it's a US championship. So I'm probably going to get a couple of hours sleep because I've got to be up again at 1:30 to broadcast that. 1:30 in the morning, UK time that is, to broadcast that. But I think because we're kind of like midway through the season now, I think my body's got used to it.
That sounds like a lot of coffee.
Yeah, I've got a very nice coffee machine that's been very kind to me over the last few weekends. But yeah, no, it's a good little series, to be fair. A good little series over a number of divisions. But yeah, it is very, very early in the morning.
Yeah. Okay. Good evening, Witte.
Yeah, Ray. Gecko's been very, very dominant out there. It's been quite a lonely race for Gecko, to be fair, because he hasn't really had anyone to race against. It's been
you can't have it all.
People. Very true, very true. But yeah, Gecko's been very quick. Hasn't been able to beat that 2 minutes 6:86 that Lucas put in a few laps ago, though. He was close, but hasn't been able to.
No, didn't want to risk it. Fastest lap for him was a 2-minute round, 0.774. That's also pretty fast, so why risk it? He's on P1, so then ready to race on P2. And how is DC doing? I forgot all about DC. GP has closed the gap on him 15 seconds, and he is doing pretty good with those medium tires, 04s, so the same like on the soft tires.
Yeah, it's not too bad actually. Not too bad.
Not too bad. Maybe he needs to risk it a little more when he's on soft tires. And GP doing 206s now. His time has dropped a little bit.
He's got plenty on his tyres, and I mean the fuel won't have a problem lasting out. So maybe fatigue is just setting a little bit, and
but he's still closing the gap.
Yeah. Maybe as they kind of settling into the end of the race, he's just like, okay, let's just bring it home.
Yeah, bring it home. That's it. And we got Stormfly closing in on GP.
Yeah, so he's 3 laps now behind that top 4. So the top 4 really are sort of one race, and Stormfly kind of making up the best of the rest at the moment.
Yeah.
I think considering how it started with the disconnection and everything a couple of rounds ago, to now be up in P5 that's a really, really, really solid achievement actually over the last couple of stints to kind of bring it back into that top 5, and it gives a really good platform for Roses to jump into that car for the last 2 hours and see what he can do in terms of maybe closing down on your boys or at least keeping those MRL guys behind.
Yep. Looking at Shane now. He's slightly closing the gap to Stormfly, but he needs to go to the pit.
He's not going to make it. But that'll be the medium tyres he has to put on, surely.
Yeah.
That's what we need. We need as spectators. We need weather radar. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, true.
And I think we need it, and the players shouldn't be allowed it. It should be completely random for them, and we know that they don't. That'd be much more fun.
That would be great. That would be real great.
We also need a kind of what tyres have been used kind of graphic. So and even sort of individual split times. So a menu that we can go to which goes, okay, this is what all the cars have been doing on their splits, these are their fastest splits, these are their fastest laps, this is what tyres they were running.
Yeah, we had it on GT Sports, so I think it will come back. I hope so.
Yeah, I think so. I think it'd be awesome to have all that kind of data.
We have the replays back now, so.
I know, I was so pleased. I don't think I've been as happy as anything really than the day I heard that was coming back.
I stopped streaming because the replays were gone. It looked so unprofessional. I was like, no, not gonna do it. Looking at Lucas now, 201.8. I'll check real quick what lap P1 is in. 56 now, so we are almost coming to the end of his stint.
Very, very early as well. I mean, it's a good 15 minutes before the next stint's due to start. So they've really, really ramped up the time, haven't they?
Yeah. All I can think of is cheat codes.
Yeah. Up, down, left, right, R1, R2.
So let's go down the order again. Ready to race. Oh, ready to race is damage. Can we get that back in replay? What did we miss? Yeah, he still had it. Oh, too bad. Now, what is the gap? 1 minute 19. Yeah. Doing 204s in the last lap time. He's getting a penalty now, so he will lose time again. And
it's about 2 or 3.
And he's running out of fuel.
3 and 5 seconds here.
Yeah, and he's running out of fuel as well.
think he'll probably be all right. I mean, we've got.
He has 3 more laps to go.
Yeah, I think he'll be all
4?
right. I think. Yeah, four laps to go. I think he'll be all right because it's quite a low. It's only times 1 on the fuel wear, so I think maybe a bit of short shifting, just to be certain. But I think he'll be okay. I think most drivers will have got 4 laps to go, starting to hit the red when Paradin's hitting the red. Gecko Racer's, I mean, Gecko Racer's a lot more in the red, although he's a lot closer to the finish line, to be fair.
Yeah.
Lucas just outside that red, but he's a lap back. Stormfly's got enough fuel to be handing it out to strangers. Shane needs to be afraid. He's got no choice. I think he's gonna have to pit again.
Yeah.
Whether
he
he
has
wants
8
to
more
or
laps
not.
to go, so he's in a different story.
Again, Bisonti DC team. He can stick some of that Stormfly's giving out to strangers. And JP as well. Bendit. Actually, those guys running the back got plenty on board to spare.
Well, they're not racing that long. They are 15 minutes in the back, so...
Yeah. Yeah, in 15 minutes' time, that will be a different story, but yeah.
So the other lobby should be ready to go. Because this will be the last time that Gecko Racer is going over the checkered flag. One last lap for him. And it's over. He can start drinking beer or whatever he's drinking.
Whatever it'll be a pint of, it'll be a pint of something very, very strong. To both celebrate a job well done and because he deserves it.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah, coming around that final. For
One
the
more
final
time
crossing this line.
Excellent racing. 2:02.1.
So that's any chance of Lucas losing that fastest lap to Gecko Racer gone, and nobody else has shown any opportunity of getting close to that. So he can hold his head high with the fastest lap, and to be fair, I mean, of this stint, you have to single out Lucas as being the kind of standout driver because it's just been a phenomenal drive, hasn't it?
Yeah, he made up a very good time.
Yeah, well, almost those 2 whole laps behind he was. I mean, he would easily be there or thereabouts without the disconnection. So, yeah, phenomenal racing from him.
I'm not sure who's taking Lucas's place now. Is it Brandy or is it Bert Hobe? Not quite sure. Well, let's just keep our eye on Gecko Racer. Well, this is his last lap.
Yeah, coming through the mountain for the last time.
Very well coordinated from beginning to the end. Even the fuel is on top.
It has been absolutely spot on with, his lines, with the times, with the fuel, with the tyres, everything.
Okay, Gilbert, thanks for the info. Bert is the next one. And here comes my super special friend, Richard. How are you doing, buddy?
Oh, good evening, buddy. Yes, all good here. Ready to rock and roll?
Okay, because Gecko Racer is coming in as we speak.
And he will be
around he comes.
Yeah.
That will be Philo again. Philo taking the final stint for the Art Racing Asylum guys. Let me get some race information up ready for these guys too.
He certainly, to be fair, Gecko certainly made it very easy for Philo to see this race out, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's had 2 very good stints as Gecko Racer.
And he's standing still. Here we go. And then you will have to wait a good 3 minutes or something like that. Oh, and Ready to Race has some penalty. And he has 1 more lap to do. Pony is real quiet again. You guys have something on your ears, I guess, because everyone is quiet. your opinion. For me, everything
Maybe
is
you're
okay.
just really loud.
Yeah, maybe.
Yep, that is a possibility. He is normally pretty loud.
Let me be loud then.
I'll turn the gain up on my mic a little, see if that helps.
Chupe came out of the pits with his medium tire, so in his last lap he will do a medium tire then. That was a tricky thing. We are ready to race, going for his last lap.
Don't know. Looks like it.
And where is Lucas? Lucas is going for lap 56 now.
Good job by Lucas.
Yeah, excellent job.
And this one's for you, Cronic.
Whoppa, sound of happiness.
This time was absolutely impeccable because my son, he plays Rocket League for his university, and his university team are just about to have their final qualifier match for the University Esports European Masters. So they win this and they're off to disappear off somewhere over Europe to go and play the best universities across the whole of Europe.
Oh
So
boy.
the timing is impeccable. Get to watch him play Rocket League.
Awesome.
Yeah, now, to be fair, they've been absolutely the two games they did earlier between sort of 1 and 3 o'clock. Absolutely devastating. They scored 9 and let in 2 over 3 matches.
You need another teammate? I can give you one. He's called he's called Chucky. GTSV Chucky.
Chucky can't be good at driving and Rocket League. That's not fair.
No, he can't. And he isn't.
God, what I was going to say.
Here comes Ready to Race. Getting ready for the pit stop and driver swap.
He will be handing it over to Roadrunner Junior for his second stint of the day.
Okay. Getting in now. This always takes so long.
00, that takes me back.
He's standing still. Great livery, by the way.
And we have 2 cars on track. Excellent. It's almost a race.
Almost. Well, the gap that big.
3 minutes and 15 seconds. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Still
Half
2
a
hours
track.
to go.
Half a track distance is CLR Chupe with the BMW. Number 22, the number of the feast, or something like that.
He will be handing it over to our stint 2 streamer Jaeger.
Okay.
I'm just coming down Conrad for the last time. And that'll be followed by, not too far behind, by Lucas, who will have the fastest lap under his belt.
Yeah.
Nice job by Lucas. He'll be handing it over to Bert Hoban again. Bert's second stint.
Phenomenal performance, actually, from Lucas. It's been, for me, I mean, Gecko aside, because Gecko's been obviously phenomenal, but I think Lucas is probably, for me, the
P3 is
standout
in.
driver of this stint.
Good job by you, Pay. Jaeger itching to go.
And he's in. And let's look at Lucas going to the last corners. But he still needs one more lap to do.
Where is Bert? Is
No, Lucas, you're going in too soon. Oh, he has to. He has no more fuel. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!
It's all gone horribly hot. I mean, to be fair, I think the only saving grace here is that that our guy Stormfly is still a couple of laps back from Lucas, but it's a significant amount of that gap is going to be made up now, isn't it?
Well, it's going to be at least 20 seconds, Odd.
At least. Oh. He needs mediums too. Okay, he needs mediums.
Yes, so it was planned all along.
Okay. Thanks, team captain. I was getting a little heart attack. I was already into conspiracy. That's because he's Dutch.
Philo getting up to pace already at 2:01 flat. We'll see a lot more from him. He did a 1:59.6 earlier.
You see, Stormfly is chasing DC team. On P6, we got Shane. Jump back to my friend Lucas. He's at the mountain. Yeah, no harm done. Last guy is Schecter. He's still in 10th position. On 9, we got Bandit. 48 seconds in front of him. We got GP. GP is 18 seconds and back of DC team. Where's Lucas? Lucas on the big straight.
There's still a fair amount of racing going. There's still a good 4 or 5 laps of some of these drivers. So still some potential for it all to go horribly wrong.
I suppose not for Lucas now, though, as he's only got the chase to really cope with at Murray Corner. Well, I don't even have Murray Corner because he'll be in the pits.
Yeah, he's now going in.
Kind of Murray light, shall we call it?
Almost blended at a bit, but great job from GTSV team.
He won't transfer.
Good job, guys, so far. Even Geronimo, you did also a good job. Even though you bended like 10 times, did a great job.
So Stormfly now lap 56 to a couple of
GTSV still. Stormfly still needs to do 2 more laps after this one.
But over
Shane just starting that 56. It's 1 minute 21 between. I mean, that's a good gap. You know, as a teammate coming in, you've got to be pretty pleased that you've got that kind of gap behind, because then your only focus is the guys in front.
Yeah. True story.
It's a big gap in front. It's a very big gap in front. But at least you haven't got that concern if you've got to get up to speed really quickly because you've got someone right on you chasing you down.
There will be Rosie's out next, taking over.
It will be.
For the black flag guys.
Second stint.
Looking extra shiny, that livery.
It is very, very shiny. We want it to be like, if you ever do a sticker book for ERF, we want it to be the shiny one.
You absolutely are. Definitely the shiny. So we've still got a couple of laps before he's in, haven't we, I think?
Yeah, he's lap 57.
DC has some damage.
Has he fallen over again?
Velo looks like he's taking his time getting up to pace this time. 2 minutes dead, 0.6 his quickest lap last time round. Roadrunner Junior.
Yeah.
3 minutes
Pretty
and
fast
19
little kid.
seconds.
Do you think the front runners now, Pony, do you think there's going to be an element of playing it safe for the last 2 hours and not giving it those extra beans and going for those fast laps? Do you think there's going to be that element of, look, we've got
Absolutely.
a lap here, let's absolutely let's keep it in the 2:01s, let's not do anything stupid. And just
I think you'll find Philo will stay in the 2 minutes. I don't think you'll see him drop into the mid 59s like he did earlier.
I think that's
a risk he doesn't need to take.
Soon if you see that gap closing, you will respond.
But when it's a 3 minute and 20 second gap, maybe not.
No. then you will wait.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it closes to 1 minute 20 seconds, then you might think about, okay, let's up the game a little bit.
Well, you've certainly got the chance that you can control that lead, can't you? So it's in your hands. Yeah, just play it as it comes. Yeah, somebody's going to catch that gap down, and they deserve to win.
Absolutely.
Last lap around for Stormfly.
And we'll have 5 cars on the track, woohoo. I think it all starts to come a little bit closer together then.
Yeah, it's a minute and a half back to Shane. Then you've got 52 seconds to Bisonti from DCT. Then you've got quite a smaller gap. You've got 11 seconds to JP, and 57 to Bendit, and then I think it's still another lap back to Scheckter. Have we got anyone returning from disconnection?
Yes, we have got a few. Who have we got? I'm not sure who we've lost, to be honest with you. We do have Roxanne back for the RA team. We have got all the DC guys back, I believe. We have Walshy as well, with the second MRL car. As we lost Bad Omen.
Is the bumping team still in?
Return from ART?
Let's have a quick flick. Yes, we do have Websons for ART.
Awesome. Good to see them back. Shame they didn't get involved in this thing. My friends over at ART.
Yes, lovely looking livery of that as well on the McLaren.
Shane making a move on Bandit.
Made that look easy, did Shane?
Yeah.
It's not far bad it needs to have, so the easy thing to do is just let them go and get on with it, really.
Who else have we got returning? So we have got another McLaren. I think that's still there though, isn't it?
Yeah, Stormfly making his way to the pit now. In he goes.
So I didn't catch a stream from my boy, but they have won, so they're now into the University Esports Masters Finals somewhere in Europe in July.
Fabulous, fantastic.
Congratulations to Rome University. Hey.
Free beers for everyone.
Yeah, it was incredibly confusing watching Stint 3 and try and watch him play Rocket League at the same time.
Okay, next up in about a minute and a half would be Shane.
Moses comes out just in front of Jaeger there. Nice to have 2 cars on screen at the same time. I will get rid of the names because we don't need them anymore.
We've been with them for 10 hours. We don't know who they are by now. We never will.
Well, they keep bloody changing though, that's the problem. Can't we just stick with one driver for 12 hours? That'd be great.
You get just one
Just
guy
have
driving
some,
around for 12
yeah,
hours.
toilet breaks, that's all. Yeah, that's all we need.
Not really allowed them. You've got to firm it. See how long you can hold on.
But then you guys started talking about AC or ACC, but that's boring. It's always the same.
I do like the lobby system in ACC and the fact that you have to kind of pay and have something separate, because when you start to pay for something, there is an expectation that it works properly.
B6 is in.
Which is why I think that'd be good if it was brought into GT7, because then PD are under obligation to provide something that works.
Yeah.
When you're paying nearly £90 for a game on launch, I think it should bloody work anyway.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree with you. Completely agree. But they
B6
they
is
save
still
money now, don't they, on testers by getting us to be those testers.
Then B7 will be there shortly. He's on the big straight. TC team number 9.
Through the chase for the last time, and then he can breathe a sigh of relief and go and shake the cramp out of the legs.
And then we have 21 seconds for GP entering. And then you will have proper race, Richard.
Awesome. We do have Kiko El Rapido heading out onto track in the number 9 DC Team Porsche. I think he may have jumped the gun because he's had to stop and wait.
DC is standing still now. Okay, GP entered as well.
Next up, Bandit. He's just coming out of the mountain section now. Round on to Comrade for the last time.
Okay, GP standing still. Looking at Bandit.
Roxilla exiting the pits.
And Scheckter is just starting his last lap as well. We're getting there. It's a very long handover. Talk amongst yourselves, people.
And it will be
and he's off. Bandit is off. Oh, why?
Like 2 more corners to run, 1 more corner, Bandit. That was it. As he makes his way to the pits.
Yeah. He's in.
Start route changing his tyres.
Go on, Wiggy, the machine.
And he is away.
And he is too fast because the Bandit is not standing still. He's standing still now. And then the last guy, Scheckter. So Richard, I'm gonna make me some food and I will join you in a little hour, something like that.
Yeah, no worries, pal. I will be here, take it over.
I will be looking at the stream. If I see a disconnection, I will hop into the lobby.
There is room anyway, there is only 13 guys in here, so plenty of room, mate.
Okay. I will hop in and then I will join later.
Sounds good. I will keep an eye on everything that's going on here, because we should have some racing to contend with soon.
Don't look too much at the GTSV team. Don't jinx us.
Absolutely, let's jump straight to P4.
Yeah, that's what I thought you.
Well, there we go. Scheckter into the pits, ready for his handover, and we can all go and do. Well, we'll just sit at the other end of the broadcasting thing while watching instead of talking.
Okay, guys, it was fun.
Awesome.
Yes,
Thanks for having me. It's been
enjoy
fun.
your food, and I will
See you in about an hour.
As we wait for Toro to leave the pits.
Here we go, standing still now.
And then we are going to have to wait for everybody else. I think it is only 10 seconds, isn't it, before they have to go?
Yeah, 10 seconds.
We are waiting for Welsh Grey and Websons.
Well, it's been emotional.
Hey,
See you soon, fellas.
Take it easy, and thanks for the support.
No worries, man. Enjoyed it.
I'm gonna shut the stream down, so bye-bye, guys. Thanks for watching.
Take it easy, buddy. Right, we do have Philo. He has got, it was a 3 minute 15, 20 second